Welcome to Genius Take the Wheel, episode number 136. Oh man, oh man. The car guy is here. What's goody? How you doing today? Oh, oh man, it hurts. It hurts so bad. But man, the pain really highlights the effectiveness of the program. Goodness gracious, it burns. Let me get to your comment right quick when I stop right here. All right, the car guy. I thought this was an M3 Beamer. Okay, so the car guy is our resident car guy. So I'm going to clear up a couple of things. Number one, this is the Mercedes-Benz, the 50 from 2021. The other car you normally will see me in is 2022 BMW Z4. So, if I do decide to go, the Z4 I have is the M40i. So I have the top trim and engine for the Z4. Uh, if I was to go the M route, I likely would not go with the M3. I am looking to possibly replace the Z4 with the M2, either the 2024 or the 2025 model. Wow, so much ass out here. Goodness. I only own 3 cars. 2 of them are German, and 1 of them is American. Okay, yeah. So I have 2. Since I am in a relationship with 2 women, I cannot drive the Z4 everywhere because the Z4 only has 2 seats, and only 2 of the 3 of us are drivers. And so when all 3 of us go somewhere, we need to have a vehicle that's large enough to uh, transport all 3 of us together. So the weather has not really been particularly good in New York. So when the ladies returned home from their spa trip in the swamp known as New Jersey, um, the lady that drives, Mrs. Evil, she only drives this car. She doesn't drive the other car. So, oh yeah, definitely. Tell us what you're driving, man. Remember, you are the car guy. It says it right there in your name. You're basically able to say whatever you want in the chat, and it's all good. But while you list out the cars that you have, I'm going to do the autopsy on today's training. Um, uh, Today had some challenges. I only got about 3 hours of sleep, 3.5 hours of sleep. Most of it was not quality sleep. So I expected today to suck. And the only part about today that sucked actually really sucked because it cost me time. My food did not digest properly. My last meal of the day was pretty late. And because my sleep probably wasn't very good, my stomach did not really cooperate with me today. So it cost me time that I needed to get out of the house. And then once I got to the gym, and I got through my first working set, it cost me an additional something like 7 or 8 minutes. So I could have gotten all 16 of my sets in today, but I cut the hack squat down 2 sets. So I only got 14 in again, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't short the leg extension like I did on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, I did 4 sets of 10 on the hack squats and 2 sets of 11 on the leg extension. Today, I did 2 sets of 10 on the hack squat and 4 sets of 11 on the leg extension. So because I have been kind of set back like that, that causes me to have to condense my rest periods, which is a fancy way of saying it puts the pressure on me to perform better, to get as much of the work in as possible. And let me tell you, when your rest periods go down, you really feel the metabolites in the muscle belly. It's crazy. I had another really good day in the leg press. 4 sets of 7 at 455 on Saturday. That will be the last time I do 4 sets of 7 at 455. Next Tuesday, I'll be doing 4 sets of 8 at 455. My leg curls were very good at 4 sets of 11 at 130. So because the quality of the reps were good, Saturday I will go up in repetitions on the leg curl before I get into my deadlift, which I'm planning to do 3 or 5 sets of 3 at 245, depending on how well my warm-up goes. If the warm-up goes well, I may go to 275. Why? Because male ego. So hopefully I do not pay a heavy price for um, kind of skipping steps and going up 50 pounds from last week. But I probably can do it. I'm going down from 35 total reps to 9 total reps. So I should be able to work at 275 with no problem. But I'm going to listen to my body and see what it says before I make any final decisions, so I don't end up in the next final destination. Right? So guys, listen to your body. If your body says you can do more than you intended on doing, then if your body is telling you no, then listen. Listen, if you don't get consent, affirmative consent from your body, don't mess around. All right? All right. I'm going to get to comments in a second here. So, yeah, when I did the leg extension today, man, it burned. Good God, it burned. The car guy says, hey, Catherine, Anna Hausman's here. The Super Xenon Hybrid FF. I do not know what that is. You have a Volkswagen Passat, so that is a mid-size sedan. In a 2018 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. Is it the passenger van or the cargo version? The Passat is 2003 or 2000. Well, my third car is a Ford C-Max. So the year is unknown. Top speed is 220 kilometers per hour. So the car guy, you not in the United States? We don't really see too many people drive the Mercedes Sprinter for pleasure here in the United States. That doesn't really happen. You're in Bulgaria. Okay, all right, that makes sense. You're probably paying tariffs up the ass to get access to Ford vehicles. And on the Passat, top speed is 260 kilometers per hour, and my fastest car is the Mercedes. And that is your fastest car, and the Sprinter tops out at 1 180 kilometers per hour. Um, I think, actually, I don't know what the top out speed. I think there is an electronic limiter on this vehicle, this Mercedes-Benz GLE. I think it limits it to like 130 or something like that. The BMW I know goes beyond 130. It might be electronically limited to like 155 or something like that. Yeah, the G-Wagon Brabus. I mean, they don't always upgrade the engines on all of those to like crazy, proportions, but they do some outside changes to the exterior of that vehicle. The inside, I think they try to make it more luxurious. For me, I would love it if these aftermarket, bespoke modifying companies, if they could somehow find a way to upgrade the infotainment systems on these vehicles. There's a Corvette C8 driving by me in the opposite direction. Um, wow, this is heavy, heavy traffic. I'm glad that I'm not rushing to work right now because I would not be happy if I was rushing to work right now. I would not be happy. But yeah, today's training, yo. Um, the more I get used to the pain of the work of each individual exercise, the more I'm able to rationalize sucking it up and not waiting until the pain completely subsides before making my next move. You know, before, like, I was really unused to the pain, and now I know what to expect pain wise, so I don't. Um, Sir Fernando, what's up? He's weighted 60 pounds today. How are we doing, Dr. Evil? On the way down from the summit at the Jumping Here Show Love. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for hitting the like button, too. Thinking about selling all the three cars and buying a used BMW or used fancy Mercedes. Yeah, just, I don't know how it is in Bulgaria as far as like the ease or the complication of traveling. But if you're going to do all of that and you don't have like a family with kids and all of that, get something fun, get something practical, and get something with a relatively modern infotainment system. Something after 2021, I would say, when the infotainment system started to get really good. Again, I don't really know like how much you value peace of mind, being able to focus on the road. These days, I try to avoid getting vehicles that don't have full information heads-up displays, so I can get the information that I need about where I'm going, especially when I'm driving in unfamiliar places and I don't want to have to take my eyes off the road. You know, I don't ever want to miss my exit or fear it. I don't want to be cutting people off because I'm about to miss my exit. All that stuff. I like to have that kind of peace of mind. So yeah, I don't know which you really value, but for me, safely transporting my family and friends with the greatest mental ease under the circumstances, the most important thing to me. I drive in New York City every day. I have to look out for the selfishness and the poor decision making of other people. So I'd rather have everything else be as simplified as possible while I make sure that I have my eye on everybody and everything around me. Wait, you said over a 2021 family car, and I don't own this. You have the wagon one. Right. Yeah, I know it's hard to sell them because you're used to them, right? But I'm saying if you have a wife and kids, or you have a wife and another wife like me, or whatever it is, depending on what you want to use your vehicle for. If it's just you transporting yourself and there are no babies on the horizon, then you can get a fucking drop top BM and drive with the roof off. I don't know what the weather is usually like in Bulgaria, but you can afford to get something that's less practical. But my Z4 has a good infotainment system and heads up display. So when I ordered the vehicle, I made sure that it came with that. And I'm very fortunate to be able to get it because I ordered my car during the pandemic when there was the chip shortage. So there were certain features in the vehicle that I paid for or that I ordered that did not come in the vehicle, and they gave me like a $100 discount total for not having uh, the one or two things that were in the vehicle that I think the options cost a lot more than the little nothing discount that they gave me. Mercedes did the same thing to me too when I got this vehicle. But whatever. Wow, my legs burn so bad right now. But it's that burn that lets you know you did it right and your muscles are going to grow, you know? So, it probably meant, no, he probably meant it's hard to sell the cars because other people do not have the money to buy them. Yeah, the used car market in the United States is pretty messed up right now too. Cars were going for well past their normal value for a while because manufacturers did not have the parts to manufacture new vehicles. So the prices on the used vehicles went up. Dealers didn't have cars to sell, so they really, really ramped it up. So yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah. Even though I have enjoyed my 335i, it's got a god awful iDrive infotainment system, 2013. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had my very first car that I got in 2015 was a 2016 BMW X5 I no X Drive 35i. So it was the four-wheel drive version. Um, And so maybe the version of iDrive you started with, Fernando, perhaps that one sucked more than one that I had. Um, I can say that the one that I have in my BMW now, which I think is like 7 or 7.5, I think probably is better than the one that I had before. But that's 2016 versus the 2022. You got to think that they'd be improving it. I'm hearing that the iDrive 8.5 right now is also very good. That's what I'm hearing, right? You know, so yeah, yeah. So yeah, in my life, I've had four cars, two of them BMW, two of them Mercedes. I could tell you that the old what they call it, Command, The Coleman infotainment system is by far the worst. The MBUX is pretty nice. For a while, I had problems with it because the infotainment system would lose connection to their satellite system. And sometimes it would happen when I was driving in unfamiliar places, so it would make me super nervous. Did not love that. But anyway, yeah, man, when you're in the gym, I'm pretty sure Sir Fernando, the Fondue King, understands what I'm talking about. When the fatigue really starts to build up in your body, and of course you have the 60-pound rucksack today, hiking up and downhill, there is a signal in your body that tells you to stop and breathe, stop and take a rest, or just stop and stop. And um, you feel that burn in the muscles, like what I'm feeling right now. Ooh, I don't even want to hold on to the brake right now. Woo! And it just lets you know, man, you hit those muscles just right. And I've been complaining for the last 2 months or so that I don't think that my legs really, as far as the size is concerned, really tell the story of how hard I've been working. So I feel like I'm working harder than my legs are large. And it's just like, can I just get to the point where my quads are just quadding all over the place? Those big ass fucking quads. But I understand that that's not to be. Longest legs in the world for somebody my height. I'm 6'3". I definitely do not have the longest legs for somebody my height. Hey, there's a Volkswagen Golf right there, or a GTI, I think, one of the two. Um, but man, I feel like I'm on a really good track. It's a really good pace right now. That might be a hybrid. Um, yeah, tell all the stories you want, man. We're good. Um, yeah, if you get the M4, definitely let me know how that goes. I prefer the M2 though. I like very small cars. What does that say about me? They say that guys with large trucks have little D energy. What does it say about guys who are large but like small vehicles? I don't know. Do you go swimming once a week to give the muscles a break, Dr. Evil Genius? No, I don't even really know how to swim. I've always had a very low body fat percentage, so I tend to sink more than other people do, no matter how hard I try to use proper swimming mechanics. I'm also black, so we tend to stay out of situations that are unnecessarily risky. And my version of unnecessarily risky is swimming, skydiving, and the whole bit. Everybody's just cutting me off. Good God, it's not that hard to use a turn signal. I know exactly what you mean. I'm feeling it right now. I am 3.3 miles over my long distance for the week with the rucksack on my back for added challenge. Imagine when you take that shit off, it's going to be feeling so easy. All right. But yeah, oh man, the burn, man. And the thing is, like, I've been doing a lot of hammer curls lately, and like, I do supersets with the top weights being the 55s, and then the 50s, and then the 45s. I do a set of 15, which is 5 reps at each weight, all in one set. It's murder. But like, I'm watching my mechanics on it get better. My posture is better. Um, my ability to control my body weight and not let the heavy dumbbells kind of move me off my gravity. Like I'm watching myself get better at lifting heavier weights. Oh man, and it hurts a lot too. It really does hurt a lot to um, to lift heavy dumbbells as many times as I do. But man, once you get used to the pain and you start hunting for the next rung on the ladder of progress, and you take something that used to really hurt really bad, which basically leaves you fucking crying after the set, and now you just breathe a little hard and you're a little out of breath, and then you go on some more and you're like, ah, that sucked. And then you go a little more and you're like, you know what, I could do another set. I got this. And right as you start to master it, you're like, I can't wait to feel what that next level is. And you go right back into that cycle of it feeling like shit all over again. Let me look at a couple of comments real quick. I'm going to read the card guy's story when I actually stop. I like swimming because I weigh less in the water. Yeah, I have very low body fat. Perhaps my body fat is a little higher than it was when I was younger. Maybe I'll try again. From being in your streams, I've learned that heavy lifting 2 to 3 times a week actually helps me in my long distance runs and kayaks in the river. Yes. So let me kind of go into that a little bit. If you are training for strength, your cardiac capacity will improve, but not nearly as much as if you are training to build muscle. When you train to build muscle, you're going to be working at lower repetitions. You're going to be working with more sets. You're going to be working with more reps. Each rep will be slower than your strength reps. So you're going to be asking more oxygen of your respiratory system and of your overall musculature. You're going to be asking for more uh, uh, oxygen-based energy from hypertrophy than you would from maximum strength. So when I talk about lifting heavy, I talk about lifting heavy in the context of trying to um, lift the very heaviest I can for hypertrophy reps and sets, right? Like I really want to lift uh, it as many times as I can, and frequently each set takes over a minute. Generally speaking, um, um, the um, strength sets are going to last between 15 and 30 seconds. They're not going to take that long. So while you will build up some cardiovascular capacity, if you want to use weightlifting as a way to get some cardio in, that would not be the best way to do so. Okay. Mrs. Evil says, "Can I make a?" Oh my God, I see her. Oh my God. And when I saw the "Can I make a cameo?" right, I looked up and I started looking around, and then I see the telltale stride that I know with her orange ass hat. There's the little hee 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 one. Oh my God, here we go. Here we go. Now I gotta unlock the door. Uh, Catherine, I almost choked Catherine. My body fat is higher than yours because I am slightly round to what you are not. Oh my God. Oh man. This is. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Check the hourly humidity for today. It's supposed to be like
100%. It's been raining.
but all day it's supposed to be like this. Ooh, somebody got pulled over.
Because why? Because they refused to stop at the stop sign.
So it wouldn't make
I love it when they get pulled over.
a difference if I ran now or if I ran at 2. So I'm joining the party. It's gonna be humid either way.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, oh, my legs burn.
Hi,
Ah.
Catherine.
Okay. So we're gonna go back a little bit now that I've stopped, and I know the police are not gonna pull me over for standing in the no standing zone right now.
The perfect story.
Yeah, of course. Yep. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. So after I was going home after going to the shop to buy some shit, some old BMW wanted to race, and the car was full of bags and a family of 4, and I fucking beat the BMW. He got the lead first, and I gapped him after. Like he just randomly pulled up, and we did a drag race in the city. After the race, I never saw him again. The funny part was the cops didn't see us drag racing. So wait, who had the family of 4 in the car? That's what I want to know.
I think the person who was racing. Hi, Sir Fernando. Hey,
I don't.
Catherine.
Yeah, that's pretty reckless.
Hey, Ferdo.
I mean, if there's like 2 guys like on a back road and they're like nobody else involved, I like those races better in those situations. But I'm a very cautious driver. Very cautious driver. Now, one of the trips that we do want to take is to the BMW racetrack in California to get the 2-day crash course in like basically stunt driving.
Yeah.
Right. Um, and here's the crazy thing, and this is what kind of gets me a little giddy. The last 2 trips we have either gone on or booked for the future were somewhere north of $6,000 total. Correct?
Total for like
Each
everything?
for each stop.
Yeah, it's, well, okay.
Okay. Now here's the thing, people, and this is what gets me a little bit giddy, because when we first made this plan, we did not have the relatively reasonable idea that we could like really put a trip like that together, because we were thinking about either going on that trip just me and you, or if we brought the disembodied hand, aka Thing 2, aka Joy Walking, that we would go off to the racetrack and she would probably go filming content for her channel or something like that. And so we know that domestic flights, while it would be sort of long, it probably would not be nearly as expensive to go from here to California as it would be from here to Germany nonstop or something like that, right? So if we play our cards right and we continue to move up the economic ladder, we could possibly do that trip as early as 2025. Now, I look at it as like this, like my very super cautious, I'm always going to be cautious. Might I make a few more aggressive maneuvers if I know if I knew the complete um, capabilities of the car that I'm driving? Perhaps.
Yeah.
I
And you
might.
have professionals around you. It's in a safe.
Right. I'm talking about after we learn and we kind of know
Oh, I
what
yes.
cars are able to do. Obviously, you would not use all of the maneuvers, but they also teach you a lot of like highway safety and evasive maneuvers when you're around people who have either made a mistake or are doing unsafe slash
Yeah.
selfish things on the road.
Which is especially great for like New Jersey or New York. Like this one guy who really like just being an asshole because he saw I was turning and didn't want to allow me to turn.
You sped up?
Yeah, like it was one of those. It's not really an intersection, but it's the middle of the road, the middle of the block in New Jersey. So I go to make a left-hand turn, and I'm waiting patiently because there's no fights. You just have to wait until somebody lets you through.
Right.
There are no cars.
Right.
And this guy gives me the signal that I can go.
Right.
He's like, "Thank you for not being a dick."
Mm-hmm.
The guy behind him is like, "Oh, I don't care that he's allowing you to go. I'm going to speed up."
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's all about him.
It's all about him.
Yeah.
That guy was insane.
Yeah.
That one's been on my mind since last night.
And then when you do crash, now you get home several hours later than you wanted to. All because you think that if you maneuver around this person in an unsafe manner, you can get home 0.003 seconds faster than before. Unreal.
Oh, the car guy had the family. Wait, me, I had the family of 4 in the car. Yeah, and the guy was in my
Yeah,
car. So, okay.
I mean, if you know the limits of your car and all of that, cool. But
Sir Fernando understands. Actually, you're practically your neighbor.
I'm in Connecticut. Oh, you're in CT right there. And every time I drive through Manhattan, also New Jersey Turnpike, I see Selfish Pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know exactly what I'm talking about.
you know exactly what it is. Sir Fernando, you're gonna have to visit us here in New York City one of these days, man. I'm not doing any fucking hiking. Or any of that shit. You can kill that shit right now.
Yeah, I was driving around Fort Lee.
Oh, he said he's in the family car, not that he had 4 people in the car.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Yeah, 4 seats in the car. Okay.
Understood.
Okay. Yeah, we always want people to be safe, and because we want you to come back to the stream, not go to jail because everybody died in the car. You know what I mean? But I drive a car that has almost 400 horsepower. I think this one has like 300 and like 60, something like. This car is like 365 horsepower, I think. This Mercedes, and the BMW has 382 horsepower, and the car is like under 3,500 pounds. So what is that in kilograms? That would be 16, 15, 1,600 kilograms, something like that. So I don't. Obviously, my car is more capable but I don't know how to use all the capabilities. So we want to be able to have that. You know what I mean? So also, I want her to be more comfortable in the cars that she drives, and I want her to be more confident in making split-second decisions on the road. Because I thought people were joking when they said you're not a driver, you operate a motor vehicle. But when I look at the differences between how I drive and how you drive, I'm more of a driver, you're more of a motor vehicle operator, right? And I think that both of us would love to get to that point where we can whip the wheel while paying attention and looking out for other people, but we could feel more comfortable changing lanes, measuring the speed of other vehicles, driving faster, trusting our car because I do get it maintenance every year the way I'm supposed to, and the whole bit. That's really what we are really trying to do. So I still love minis. Minis are just cool. I remember when I was homeless, and I used to look at the Mini Cooper, and I thought to myself, man, I used to fantasize about how great my life would be like if I could get a Mini Cooper. And now I drive a Z4. Ain't that something?
So, Fernando, are you doing this year's marathon?
No hiking, roger that. I definitely have to show y'all some love and looking forward to running New York City Marathon every year now, too. Yeah, she'll be running it, too. Yeah.
If you're coming down to the expo to pick up
If
your
I
bib,
ever come to New York City, if I race you, I'm getting Gap because my Passat has 130 horsepower. At least you'll look good while I blow past you. Pause. I really do like blacked out wheels. I know some car enthusiasts don't like blacked out wheels. Um, the Mercedes wheels that we have here are half black, um, half black, half silver, and the BMW wheels are all blacked out. I got it ordered that way. I'll be there for this year. Absolutely. Yeah, hell yeah. See? Yeah, we might have to do something.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
If you come down here to pick up your bib at the Javits Center,
She might be working the table.
No, I'm not going to volunteer the Javits Center this year.
Okay.
I typically volunteer.
Ah, okay.
They've been getting booked
Let's
very
just say
quickly.
it's very easy for us to get to the Javits Center.
But yeah, I think that would be appropriate. So
Yeah, yeah, of course. That'd be great. We can try to coordinate that, something like that. That sounds actually pretty cool. Um, yeah, so I'm going to thank everybody that hit the like button because we need as many people to do that as possible. By the way, if you see a Volkswagen Passat wagon, one fully blacked out with fully blacked out rims, that's me. Well, I'm going to take a picture of one, probably find one in the next 3 weeks, and I'll put it up on the channel and be like, nah, that wasn't me. We do have people. I mean, you don't see as many Volkswagen Passats as you did like 20 years ago. There are certain car companies that I would get cars from if it was like a level below, like a BMW, Mercedes. Volkswagen would probably be one of them. You know, there goes a Porsche, the electric one. I forget what they call the electric one. I don't love the way it looks, but I always like seeing them when I see them. It looks like they tried to make it look like the Panamera, but I always forget the name of that car. My new wheelchair will have silver spokes, and I do not like it. I want black ones back, but black is no longer an option, which is, yeah. I mean, you can probably get somebody, yeah, you could probably get somebody to work on it to change the color of those rims, Anna. I'm pretty sure you have very artistic people that can handle that for you. You know what I mean?
yeah, pretty much.
You got more horsepower from having blacked out wheels and a sticker on the back. I like that. I like that attitude. Yeah, my quads burn. Oh, they still are tingling right now. It is wild how my quads feel right now. So hopefully I can get some eggs when I get home. Oh, I gotta figure out some nutrition stuff. How long? Oh, today is your long run. So I'll see you tomorrow.
Doing a 6 mile loop with 5 point something loop with 1.7, whatever that ends up being.
Well, you heard it here first. Oh man, my legs hurt so bad. Oh man. Car itself is not that loud, which is okay since I don't like the car. Yeah, here like they're gonna start putting up more um decibel cameras to give tickets to people who have aftermarket exhaust systems that are loud. I don't really like it loud either, but to make every car like super boring, I like the idea of having like crazy like sports cars with like sports car sounds that has a mode where you can turn it down when people are trying to sleep at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. I think that's cool. But in the middle of the day, yo, let your engine flag fly. Like you know,
That sounds annoying and that is ridiculous. Would you have to get up my eardrums?
oh, I'm not saying that, but you
Okay,
hear some burbles, you hear
those
some.
are, but those are not, the ones where you just hear the verbals, those are not the people that they're like, oh, we should attach a decibel, thing on it. No, it's the ones that are being fucking douches
Well,
that want to blast out everybody's eardrum.
a couple of guys gotten tickets and they have not modified their exhaust system. It actually came at it was stock and they got hit with it. I don't know if they fought the tickets and won because it's supposed to be just modified. But if it's they should not be ticketing you if the vehicle is stock and legally sold and allowable to drive in your state. So, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, the Audi R8 was also one of my Halo cars too. The car guy. Um, there's a couple of cars that it looks like I will not be able to get a chance to lease, own, or drive brand new. And one of them is the Audi R8. Actually, there are three: the Lamborghini Huracan because they're replacing it, and the internal combustion engine version of the Porsche 718 Boxster. So kind of missed the boat, but I needed to make more money sooner. And maybe there'll be other more interesting vehicles in the future that I can enjoy. The way they were intended to be enjoyed. I don't know. Maybe the next so-called sports car I get will be electric. I don't know. I don't know, people. I don't
See you, Sir Fernando.
know. Yeah, Sir Fernando. Oh, he said again, Dodge switched to electric. Lamborghini Aventador SVJ never made it. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I guess. But I mean, the Aventador is pretty old. Sir Fernando is out of here, and I'm out of here as well. I will be back on Saturday. I'm looking forward to Saturday's training. I will get all my sets done on Saturday. I missed out on two on Tuesday. I missed out on two different ones today. I'm not mad at it because my legs definitely are burned enough from today's work. But I do want to let you guys know I do appreciate you. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you to Ms. Evil for getting the fuck out of the house and continuing to prepare for her race in Germany. Um, Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting. And the daily reminder that since you likely earned the right to, if you believe yourself to be strong, you are absolutely correct. Peace.